Let's snap that in. So, as we come into our first session, the year is GS 395 in the month of Durl on Lith Day, when a wind kicks up off the coast of the sun-blighted realm. Northward, the wind howls through cracked and desolate ruins of one of the three great cities, now a hollow shell of its former glory. Across the bubbling ooze fields, the wind blows rancid, a gust of decay, racing up the windswept mountains of the spine of Madur, its ancient crags hiding far younger secrets. The sickly, sweet scent of rot barely clings to the now frigid wind by the time it reaches the Quindil tundra, its icy fury lancing through the evergreen forest, onwards towards the last great city. By the time it reaches Saria's stone walls, its fury long spent, it is but a paltry breeze rattling the windows of the Survey Team 6 library, where 3 new members peruse books, maps, and relics of a bygone age. The door opens. 2 half-elves walk in. Luna, Astra, would you like to introduce yourselves to the 3? You see a pale elf with a crocodile, another elf with a monocle reading a book, and a man stuffing flowers in his mouth? Question mark?
Crocodile is lit.
There's a man stuffing flowers in his mouth with one hand and pounding ales with the other.
Astra, you're currently in a library. One that you see lined with books well over your head. It's 2 floors and also has a ton of relics, broken bits of armor, and a crazy assortment of even something hanging from the ceiling.
Oh,
She is very wide-eyed at the whole, taking in the whole of the library, but also kind of looking down back to the 3 odd ones in the library as well, like, wow, and then looking down like, and then, but then looking at it like, wow, and just kind of like that back and forth kind of a bit. Are we
wow.
introducing ourselves to these people, or are you asking just for us to describe what our characters look like?
Go ahead with both, starting with your characters.
Okay, so what we look like. I'll guess I can start. One half elf that you notice, the shorter of the 2, looks about like a bit short, 5'5". Just natural brown hair, kind of done up in a knot in the back of the head, a chignon, if you know what exactly that is. I got that from Pureforge. She has a golden circlet around the top of her head with a blue gem in the front, which is the nicest thing that she's wearing. She's also wearing this heavy rusted armor around the rest of her, with a rusted shield on her arm as well, with a book on strapped to her side. Um, she looks like fairly young for a half elf. Um, Also fairly muscular in her look and appearance. And yeah, that's kind of what she looks like. Though seeing you guys, she's kind of taking in a little bit of the scenery and kind of takes a little bit of a step behind the other half elf next to her.
Okay, I am similar height, but skinnier, more scrawny. I have bright green hair. You can just look at my picture if you want. Um,
Oh, I have a picture too, if you're curious.
um, hold on, I'm pulling it up so I can
Oh.
actually see it.
And one thing
Bright
to
green
give you
hair. What?
I can show it to the players with a click of
Oh,
a
Yeah.
button.
Oh, okay, that's good.
So vibrantly colorful.
So I look like that.
Indeed.
Mhm.
Like what?
How does he hold himself?
um, I'm trying to think of the word.
Does he appear
How do I
confident
describe-
or
Yes, very confident. Just like-
Cocky almost. Hot shot.
Yeah, probably a little bit.
All right. With the more timid but bigger Astra in tow.
Yes, and I'm in front slightly,
Mhm.
giving a very concerned, unsure what to think of these other three individuals look.
Speaking of those other three, why don't we start with Frey? What do they see?
Okay, so you see, there is a slightly above average height human male. Appears to be in his mid to late 20s. It's about 5'10", probably about 180, 185 pounds. He has blue hair, blue eyes rather, blonde hair. It's long. He's got a little bit of facial hair. He's fair skinned, not super pale. He is clutching a couple flowers in one hand. He appears to be snacking on them. In the other hand, he is clutching an ale. You see that there are several other empty ales nearby. He doesn't seem to be making eye contact with anyone in particular, though his gaze is moving all over the place. You may be hearing him giggle a little bit.
Lauren?
do Nick next?
Nick next? Aaron.
Sorry.
All right.
Do this.
I am a pure white, like albino looking elf with a blue armor and a blue, like, pirate hat kind of looking thing. I have a big snake staff, like, strapped to my back. And right now, I'm currently scolding a tiny, like, baby crocodile looking pure white crocodile. I'm, like, looking at him and just clearly scolding him for doing something. And probably glancing over at Frey, a little annoyed and a little, like, jealous.
Okay, so you see a tall, pale, thin elf with pitch black eyes and spectacles pushed up over the top of his head with a monocle. He's holding a monocle over his eye and as he's looking at something on the table. He's wearing a white and brown decorated coat with a strange symbol on the front near his right shoulder. He has on a brown shirt with a brown round cap perched between his two large pointy ears. He's also wearing blue trousers and nice leather shoes. He does not look like he's from around here or anywhere you've ever been before. He also does not seem to notice your presence. He seems to be immersed in his gazing at the paper on the table.
Did we get a race for Frege or Nick's character?
Frey is
Aaron.
human. He's a fairly well-built human.
Okay.
Aaron is a sea elf, as he has just been told.
By me, yes.
Yeah.
2 elves, 2 half-elves, and a human. A lot of dark vision.
Let's
Perfectly
go.
balanced as all things should be.
How did I know that was coming? So, Luna, Astra, you're standing in the doorway.
Were we told that this was Survey 6's, like,
Yes, you've been
library?
brought here specifically from where you were before.
I guess we gotta go talk to them. Odd bunch.
They certainly appear to be so. And she whispers to Luna. Well, I believe
I'll
it's your specialty.
I'll start strolling over.
To who?
Are you guys not in a group?
We're roughly sitting around the same table, I believe.
Yeah, we're in a general area together, but separate enough.
I will look at the. Did you say alligator or crocodile?
It's a crocodile.
I will look at the crocodile, make a face,
He's so
look up at
small.
him. Hi, I'm Luna.
Hello. My name is Aaron. I'm not really sure what you're looking for, but hi.
Are you not part of Survey Team 6?
Yes, I am. As of how long have we been here, Fred? How long have we been here?
I don't know.
Yes, that would be me. Survey Team 6.
Couple of hours, I believe. Or, jeez, I can't even do it. It's at least a couple of hours.
Oh, well, hello. What was your name?
Hello, I am Dr. Lorim Isolkal. You, aren't you a little young to be out in the world? You, how old are you? You can't be a day over 60.
I make a face like, ooh.
Asher just kind of like stands up straight a little bit and kind of flexes her muscles a bit, just behind, just trying to look tough, but kind of awkwardly trying to look tough. Like, oh, I'm trying to look tough, but like,
Where are your parents?
My crocodile giggles.
Where are your
As
parents? They
weirdly
must
as that
be
is.
very sick.
Well,
He looks at you kind of funny as he like puts his glasses back on and squints at you. What kind of elf are you?
we'd probably look more like humans to you.
Yeah, but you look very strange.
Oh, I guess that's
Very
fair.
weird.
How old
How do
does
you
Joe,
not-
your character, look?
yeah.
He's not a young elf.
Very young elf.
Yeah. Nick's really young. I mean, he's
Old comparatively.
yeah, he's canonically he's like 450.
Good to know.
So he's like, up there, but not like he's not old. He's like
ancient guy.
He's probably like 40 in human years or so, maybe like 50.
It's a middle-aged looking kind of.
Yeah.
Gotcha.
He's also has like pure white hair and pure white skin and black eyes, so it's not like he has any kind of distinguishing features that would make him look that way.
Can I ask? Because at first she was kind of Astra was kind of interested in knowing about the crocodile hide, but now she's more like, does she know of any type of elf like that who looks like how he does, or has any history or anything of it?
Give me a history check.
Certainly.
You have gone through areas where you might have heard of, but we'll see based on the roll.
What about me?
28.
Definitely. So, this is they're typically called frost elves. That's the term that's come up with from the nomadic peoples that you've encountered on your travels. They are usually far, far to the north of here, out onto the ice shelf. They're not typically seen down here. Some do, and this is the first time you would have encountered one.
I kind of go up as Luna's having this conversation. I kind of whisper into some of that, not whisper into her ear some of that knowledge about him, and then just kind of lean back then and go back into trying to pretend like I'm tough, or trying to flex my muscles and look tough.
Sorry, I wasn't paying attention to what Dakota said.
He's a frost elf that usually is much north of us, and this is the first
Okay.
time we've ever seen a frost elf.
Have they ever seen a sea elf? Real confused.
Probably not, because there isn't much sea. I assume. Have we ever seen a sea elf?
So,
Sea
on
elf.
your travels, you would not have seen one. Luna might have if she wants to roll a history check, but Astra,
Sure.
you would not have.
Yeah, I probably have heard of them, but directly interacted with one.
So
fam.
no, you can't recall ever running into one of these before.
Just
so.
weird, man.
Which
Okay,
is interesting because both of you now might think that sea elves are pure white like that.
Yeah, they are. All of us.
All of them are now.
Okay, back to Joe. What did you say your name was again?
I am Dr. Lorim Isokal. I am assistant researcher to the Department of Planar Studies at the Institute of Gamuran. Not that that means anything to anyone around here, but yes.
Is there something shorter I can call you?
Lorim is fine.
Okay, thanks.
And you are?
I'm Luna. This is Astra.
Gives like a meek little wave and then goes back to crossing her arms.
And what kind of elf are you?
A half elf?
How did you? So you're telling me you knew who I was? You have no idea. You've never seen a half elf before.
He looks kind of shocked and kind of puzzled. Half what?
So Doc. When
Human?
an elf and a human really love each other very much.
He becomes more shocked and it looks a little sick. And then takes out his quill and opens to a new page in his book and starts writing.
No, you must finish the story.
I was gonna say, Frey here could demonstrate with his hands the motion needed. I'm sure.
Frey, while still holding the flowers in one hand and the ale in the other, starts bringing his hands towards his waist and then kind of extending at the hip.
I'm giving a very pained expression.
Astra pipes up just to, Doctor. Well, it's elves are a crossbreed species between humans and elves, similar to that of types of like half orcs between humans and
Half
elves, and
orc.
It's when the elves and the humans fuck.
there's two cross species between humans and some other species. There have been other theories that there might be some others that exist.
I was confused by Lauren before. Now I'm just looking down at Gizmo like, what is happening?
He
if
seems
you're
beside
such
himself.
a well-researched doctor, they aren't super common, but they do exist widely.
Where I'm
throughout the
from,
world.
humans are not common. Or orcs.
Oh,
What? She looks kind of confused at Luna. Where?
Where are you from?
Yes, thank you, Luna.
Somewhere not far away from here, apparently. I believe, uh, you call it the Feywild, but I do not know how to get back there. And he shows the map. We believe that, one of these portals could lead somewhere.
No,
What?
my friend, I'm there right now. Here, I'm gonna hold out some of the remaining flowers.
He
This will
squeezes
take you
the.
right to the Feywild.
He pushes up his
crocodile.
glasses and squeezes like the small part of it, like the top, like the tip of his nose between his eyes.
Yep.
Gizmo makes a little jump for the flowers, and I instinctively pull him back, like, nope, stop it.
No, it's got to be safe for the little guy too.
Crocodile is lit.
I'm
Silent
going
doing
to suddenly.
babysitting.
Ash is gonna go and try and just look over Frege and see if there's something she can notice that is wrong with him.
Make a perception
He's
check.
okay. Like, is there
You
something?
roll a 2.
Make-
Literally
make a-
everything.
Make a perception check, and then make a medicine check.
Okay. Perception, medicine.
High as fuck,
Hey.
boy.
Okay, you know exactly what's wrong. The flowers he's handing out, they are quite common as a mild pain reliever. When taken in significant doses, they could lead to a little loopiness, sometimes an upset stomach, but generally they make you a little out there.
So the rest of you notice as a good bit of time as she stares very intently with a slowly becoming concerned look on her face at Frege.
Say our moccasin plants.
Filet.
The medical properties are, well, you see.
She Astra whispers to Luna, he is probably under some sort of drug-like effect from those flowers. Do you think it would be best that we remove the flowers from him for him to get better? Or do you think it'd be better for us to leave him in this state just in case these people are not good in some way, so that we have an advantage over them? I can see positives and negatives to each of these possible solutions.
Oh, let's let it be for now, and we'll see as we go on.
A bookcase opens behind you, just swings open, revealing a door that you previously didn't know was there. Out steps a
What
man.
the fuck?
Out steps a man who looks directly at Frey. You see a severely cut uniform, perhaps, in a stark forest green color. All sharp lines, looks neatly pressed. The only thing on it is a silver pin you recognize, all of you should recognize as the anvil and sword emblem of Survey Team 6. He's wearing a thick overcoat that is unsuccessfully hiding an arm in a splint. And on his waist, opposite that busted arm, is a slender, thin, black scabbarded sword with silver accents. He looks up at Frey and then at each of you in turn. Welcome. I see you've all come a little earlier than expected. My name's Captain Amani. It's nice to finally meet each of you. He steps forward. Come,
Stand up.
tell me your names. Where do you come from?
I stand up straight and poof Gizmo into the big non-existence. And I'm gonna be like, "Sir, it is an honor to meet you. My name is Aaron. Um, I'm from the Savage Serpent, as you sent for one of our, crewmates, and the Kraken Queen sends her regards and thanks you for thinking of her in this endeavor."
Ah, yes, the savage serpent. I've always wanted to sail on that. Maybe one day you'll get to show me.
Why, of course, sir, we'd be happy to take you out any time.
I'm happy she sent one of her finest. He gives you a look over. Sea elves?
Yes, sir, that is me. Sea Elf of Savage Serpent, reporting for duty.
I've always wanted to ask, can you breathe only salt water, or is it any water?
Well, I've mostly had experience with saltwater, but yeah, if I take a swim in a lake, I'm pretty fine too.
Perfect. Interesting. He looks to, he nods at Luna and Astra. Nice to see you made it and accepted.
Indeed.
That was quite fast. You did say it would be quick.
Yes, I did.
He pivots off, gives a nice nod to Astra, and looks to Frey. Well, you must be from the tundra, right?
Yeah, I'm from the East Gismord. My name is Frey Piper. I'm going to try to put the ale and flowers behind my back.
Roll a sleight of hand.
Oh boy.
It's being generous that it isn't a disadvantage.
17. Okay. Alright, he gives you a look up and down. You do look like you'd be good in a scrap.
I'd like to think so, yeah.
Good. What made them send you? I half expected them to just say no.
I asked. I got bored.
You see one eyebrow twitch up, and a smile he's trying hard not to show. Oh.
Nothing happens there. We just hunt and eat and fuck. I didn't want to hunt. I just wanted to fuck.
Sounds like you again, Frey. If you ever consider piracy,
Well, I can't say there might be too many opportunities out there for that. Back
I'll
home,
make
something
opportunities.
big. Perfect. I'm looking forward to it. His face sobers up a bit when he turns to Lorim. I'm unfamiliar.
Well, I am Dr. Lorim Isokal from the Institute of Galmiran. You probably don't know where that is. But I seem to have misplaced my my coordinates while trying to planar travel, and I seem to have ended up in a medical building.
Oh, yes, you might.
He didn't take any of the flowers. I swear.
Yes, your Maya his myosynth is his.
Interesting.
Anyway, our I would like to volunteer to help. I have magical abilities.
Well, anyone, especially now, is more than welcome to join. You said planar travel, yes?
I believe so. See, I worked in the planar studies department at a university, but
You see,
I do not
starting
know.
to get a look on his face, like severe, and then
Yes.
turning towards shock. Oh, where might that be?
Galmiran. It's in the country of Senelise. I believe it's in the Feywild, but I do not know if anyone here has been there in a very long time.
He takes an involuntary step back, and you see one hand raise up, almost to cover his broken arm, before he drops that quickly. You're to tell me you've come from the Feywild.
Yes. I believe so. I mean, I've come from there, but I believe my planar experiment has brought me here to the prime material plane or something. I'm not sure.
Indeed, that is where you currently stand, and you your journey will be invaluable to our scholars. Sophia. He just kind of claps his foot. You see his boots have almost a stirrup on the back, and they click on the floor. From another bookshelf, a door opens, and out steps a woman in flowing yellow robes, black hair done up in a braid, extending down her back with two pencils stuck through. She's wearing crystal glasses that look very similar to Lauren, the quartz monocles you had found to read different languages. She steps forward. Yes, sir. Sophia, this fine gentleman will have a story to tell you eventually. I need you to write every inch of that down and have a copy done in triplicate on my desk as soon as you can. Right you are, sir. She gives you a peculiar look, up and down, glasses.
What is her race?
Human, very
Okay.
pale for a human, but yes. Allow me to introduce myself. I am Sophia Vergara. I will be your field researcher assistant.
What was her last name?
Let me send it right to you.
Can I also ask, because he was describing the place he worked, the country, and about, I assume I've heard of maybe the Feywild, but do I know of, if I read of anything that could have related to such a country?
Roll me a history check.
Okay, that is not what I heard. All right.
Okay.
I thought we were about to get like the fucking
Nat
mom
20,
from Modern
baby.
Oh my
Family.
goodness.
Okay. With a nat 20 and a 30, you know with absolute certainty that you have never heard of anything even remotely close to that. What you do know is that mention of the Feywild ticks off, that the Feywild has been inaccessible for an unknown period of time. A long period. In fact, many explorers have been hunting for passages to the Feywild for a long time now, and relics and things supposedly coming from there are highly sought after and can be sold for a very high price.
Well,
Having someone show up, well, this Lorim might as well be plated in platinum.
She suddenly raises an eyebrow, thinks about it. Does she think that this person at least believes he's telling the truth?
That's an insight check.
Yeah, very good at those. 4.
This guy is so alien, you can't tell heads or tails.
Okay. That's all I wanted to know. Thank you. Sorry to interrupt the flow.
Right. I'm Sophia. I will be your field researcher with you. If you so choose, I will be your assistant on expeditions. Helps to expedite the research, identify things you might find out there, and call back for support with the, she points around the room to those clad in the white robes, white, like top overcoats, shifting through books. Right.
Well, it is a pleasure to meet you, Sophia, if I may call you that. I am Dr. Lorim Isokov. I work at the. I'm an assistant researcher at the Department of Planar Studies at the Institute of Galmiran. I can repeat that later if you would like. It has been my title for a very long time, so it's hard to. Just call me Lorim.
I see. Lauren. She pushes up her glasses, and you see that she's literally been writing every word that you say, and will likely continue to write down every word that you say for some time. We'll catch up. Right. The captain says, right. I've asked you all here, and you're a little ahead of what we expected. I apologize for the state of your residence. There's a brief pause there.
Oh no, it looks great!
Looks pretty good.
Like nothing I've ever seen!
You and I are gonna get along just fine.
we get to stay here.
Right, this whole facility. Sophia will give you the tour later. This is your home while you're here.
Is this in the similar system to the other library in I forget what you call it, the slums?
It's the lower quarter and the upper ward. So the lower quarter is where the library is.
Yes, is it similar system to the library in the lower quarter, which has that lovely decimal system that you can be able to find things by particular categories and really be able to find specific subjects or what you need. You can kind of see like Astra's face really light up at like this is potentially their place.
Right.
Do we have access to all these books?
Every book that's in this building is yours to peruse, read, and return. Do not damage
Isn't that
anything.
great? I can't even fucking read!
Fantastic. Someone will teach you, I'm sure. But if you...
That is not strictly true.
That's why most of the survey team members, when they get here, are somewhat illiterate. That's all right. We have the monocle things. And Sophia's right, and takes one off the wall. She hands it over to Astra. Any language you don't know within these walls, you can use this to at least get a general translation. It's not the best. If you knew the language, it would be better, but it helps get you where you need to go.
Her eyes get very wide.
Indeed. You may stay here in between expeditions, travel. Right, I'm getting a little ahead of myself. This is your home, should you choose to accept. There's steady pay, as there would have to be for those risking their lives. Our job as survey team members is to go out, find what's wrong in this world, report back to the Emperor, and see what we can do to fix it. The planar map is destroyed. We have no idea what's going on with the gods, and while that may be a little above your pay grade, there are at least things that we can do to help the common folk.
Who said the planar map was destroyed?
That was Captain Amani.
Wait. What do you mean it's a planar map?
Right. Sophia, she brings over and unfurls a map, which would have been common at your time.
I do have the manual of the planes.
The manual of
I
the
think
planes.
that I borrowed from the library.
Okay. So flipping that open, you've got the diagram of basically how the world was understood at that time.
The world axis cosmology thing, yeah.
Exactly. And she begins pointing things out. This is how it used to work. And while that might be a little over your heads right now, what you need to know is it doesn't work like that anymore. We can't jump from plane to plane. We can't contact the gods. We can't use certain magics. Everything's different now. Supposedly, so they say. Happened long before I was born. And we are trying to find our way back to these places to find out what happened.
How long ago?
As far as our history goes, 395 years and counting.
Lorim is beside himself.
Aaron is just like, what? This is so much. So much. Nice.
Right. This is a lot
Money.
to take in very fast. For now, Survey Team 6 is an auxiliary unit. We are going to work with Survey Team 2 here on the Mortal Realm to help. I've been charged by the Emperor to help rebuild the survey team for what he has not told us yet, but you can be assured it will be big. Really big. But you can start to see that thoughts of the Emperor, thoughts of the scope of this, is making the captain here start to sweat. Like a cold sweat, perspiration on his head, like really uncomfortable.
Interesting.
Right, but that's a little too much too fast. For now, your rooms are prepped. I do have a job at the moment that Survey Team 2 would like us to do. While we get things more running, we still don't have the quartermaster sorted out. And the dining areas, well, it's a bit atrocious, but we're working on it. If, well, you can take the tour with Sophia, and she can direct you to the job if you'd like, or if you need time to settle down. Lorim, are you alright?
His eyes are like darting back and forth as he like has his hand up against his like his chin, scratching it.
Huh. He doesn't look like he ate the flowers, though.
Oh,
not that, crazy.
Yeah, I'll be okay.
Do you,
Lot to think about.
doctor, or you, captain, need a medical assessment of some sort?
No. I'm quite all right, thank you.
Right.
Well then, I mean, I'd like to see where I'd be staying. Make sure it's up to the standards. What we've come to expect. See what we're getting ourselves into.
Right. Feel free, Sophia. You can contact us anytime. Feel free. Although, if you're using magic, I would prefer you send it along to Sophia. Just keep that in mind. I will rustle up some sponsors. Get some money going for our first real expedition. As survey team members, once we get started and get the green light from the head of the survey team, you can go wherever you wish on this map. Hop to other planes, find a portal. Anything you wish. Just not quite yet. Sophia, take them around if you will. And he turns around sharply and just starts to walk off.
Huh. He was an interesting fellow, don't you think, Frey?
I couldn't really follow what he was talking about, but he said something about the Feywild. I've been there. I'm there right now.
That you are, my friend. That you are. If you see Gizmo in there, let me know.
I'll look.
Right. I apologize about that. He often hits everybody too fast with the pitch. It's gotta be so serious all the time.
He's got to work on his salesmanship skills, that one.
Right. Well, he hasn't been in the position very long. In fact, neither have I. We're just really getting started. I thought we'd have at least a couple more weeks before you arrive. But, she seems to be momentarily distracted and, pushes a book back into its place on the bookshelf, scribbles a couple more notes. If you're ready, we can, wander through on the tour.
Sure. Is this a shared room situation, or,
Nope.
Oh.
This, our former glory was immense. This building used to house about 60 exploration team members. We have plenty of unused space.
And now we have about 5.
Right. That's, yes. 5.
Guess we gotta go get some more.
Right, yes.
More friends. Bigger party.
That's right.
We could-
Anyone
could
you
throw-
see, anyone you recommend. Perfect. Yeah. Okay, let's get this show on the road, shall we? She looks at each of you in turn, waiting for the go ahead.
Let's go.
Who looks... What I would be looking for is to see who looks the most uncomfortable between, Lauren and Astra and Luna. Knowing Frey doesn't give a fuck, but the other 3...
I'm gonna say that Lauren has his notebook, or his it's not his spell book, it's a separate book, and he's like thumbing through it very quickly.
Okay.
I look annoyed and oh, this is gonna suck.
Astra looks, I'd say, uncomfortable, though she occasionally you'll see her give like wistful look at like the walls of books, but seems to be fairly uncomfortable and sticking fairly close to Luna.
Oh, and it's more so towards Frey.
Mhm.
So
My disappointment.
I'm gonna slap my good buddy Frey on the back and just wink at Astra and be like, "He's pretty cool, isn't he?"
Straight
Um,
face, no emotion.
and Astra just like, well.
Well, let's head to our rooms.
Tough crowd.
Astra, I still got some flowers if you want some.
Just eyes straight, just sticking like glue to Luna.
We are fine, thank you.
So, I don't know if this one's gonna go over very well for you, Frey.
Ah, what the fuck do I care?
So, Sophia leads you through the house at a brisk pace. She, walking in front of you, you see there's a couple different hidden bookshelves that's sort of on swivels to lead in and out of the library. The library is one of the most central areas to this home. Everything else seems to sort of branch off from it. Neat hallways, short passageways, and the thing about it is every couple of feet, she's closing a door, or like picking up a vase, or trying to brush away some dust quick before you guys see it. Presumably, it's rooms that aren't finished or are up to her standards. Before she takes a left, and there are 5 rooms in front of you, all in a row. You can see 5 doors. Solid oak, unadorned, with brass doorknobs. She opens the first one. Right. Each of your rooms overlook the courtyard. You can take whichever one you like. There's furniture from any of the other rooms that we've brought in to try and make it comfortable. There's a bed, some sort of what looks to have been a tapestry that has seen better days, dresser, an armor stand, and a desk in each of the rooms, and a large window overlooking a courtyard of shrubberies all in complete disarray. Frey, you will notice there is 1 or 2 of those bushes growing out there.
Flower bushes?
The flower bushes.
Oh, yes.
Only 1 or 2. There's not many.
We're going to get lit.
So, each of these rooms are for you. You'll notice, and she points your attention to some sort of metal bar that's poking out of the wall. Each of your rooms are heated from the steam down below. It travels through, makes this red hot. Frey, she looks at you dead in the face. Frey, don't touch this. Okay?
Okay.
It heats the room. It's very hot. Other than that, you can style it how you will. There's 1 for each of you.
I'm gonna whisper back to Laura and be like, "Hey, how much you want to bet he touches that second she leaves?"
Oh, guaranteed.
You know, I'll take this one right here. Frey, you should take that one next to me, because we might need to have some sweet rages.
Yeah. Let's do it.
I'm gonna go into my room and I'm gonna take one of the blankets and I'm gonna start like hanging it from the ceiling to try to make some sort of hammock to sleep in instead.
I suppose I will take the middle one.
I don't know what order you guys took them.
Left to right.
Left to right.
Jim's
1,
on the
2, 3.
far left. Me in the middle of that, and then
I'm
Lauren.
in the middle.
The right two most are still available. As they go into their rooms, Ash is just gonna turn to Luna. Should we perhaps, and just kind of like then seeing that Sophia is still close, whispers in her ear like, should we perhaps room together so that they don't, we have a good eye to make sure they don't try to like stab us in our sleep and make sure that we can kill one another.
I
and
give a
if-
nod to
if-
Luna, trying to make her see that I tried to keep Frey as far away from Astra as possible. Let's see if she picks up on it.
What do you think? It could be benefits of having our own spaces, more space for more things, but could also be benefit for safety for people who
The first couple nights, and then we'll see how it goes. We'll stay together.
And then she goes in for one more whisper. Just for your information, it could be valuable in the future. The Dr. Lorem, from what I know, if he is telling the truth, which I have no idea if he is telling the truth about being from the Feywild, he is worth a considerable amount of coin, and his knowledge would be worth considerable amount of money, which is probably why the captain wanted his statements so explicitly written out in length. That could be potentially a valuable asset that we could utilize in the future. So, but it'd be important for you to.
Okay,
Right.
good to know.
Sophia pipes up. If there are any modifications or alterations you'd like, feel free to let me know. We can tailor it with things in the house, or if there's anything really major, we can work it out with the pompadour.
How big would you say this room is if I wanted to bring my friend in?
Which friend?
The
Gizmo
big
or Frey?
friend.
The what?
The really big friend. Like, stick.
Each of your rooms is probably...
Let's see, what's the size?
It's about 12 by 18, I would say. They're big rooms. They're spacious.
Okay.
You have a large bed and room for sparring, a little bit of athletics in your own room, that sort of thing.
Are they like standard 2-person dorm room size?
No.
Bigger?
Much bigger. If you take a standard dorm room size and double it, and then a little bit more, that's probably about what you have. But a standard size window, it's not overly huge.
Okay.
Big enough for you to jump out of.
Perfect.
I thought so.
Just a quick question. Are we allowed to procure and bring back any of the books to our rooms that we'd like? I'd obviously make note of where they would need to go back to make sure to not ruin your organizational system. But
there is no organizational system. I just got here. Nobody's done it. These books have been sitting here for nigh on 30 years. So have fun. You can.
Her eyes go from glamour looking to the books to suddenly looking it over and like like a lot, like you can hear like her just like sigh of just like the amount of mishmash knowledge that she now sees in this library.
Right. What I understand is there were several librarians here over the course of time, each one with their own system that they got halfway, 2/3 of the way through setting up before meeting an untimely end or retiring.
That is heartbreaking. I will do my best to restore honor to this library.
I bet you will. there's like a slight tinge to that. Okay. All right. You do that. You do that.
Wait, I have a question.
Yes, Frey.
Lorem is surprised.
So later on, when we have more people, how many will be bunking with me?
None.
What?
Yeah.
The room is so big.
Well, you deserve it.
Don't worry, Frey. I'll come and visit you. You won't have to feel alone.
Sophia, or is it still Sophia there?
Yes, it's still Sophia.
Sophia, can I get as much paper as you can find, some string and some nails?
Yes.
I have some thinking to do.
Yes. Yes. What quality paper? Does it...
Anything writable.
Right away. We do have some old paper in storage. I can have that brought along later. The kitchen, unfortunately, is a bit not functional right about now. So you'll have to go out for food, but we'll have that worked out later on. Again, these are your rooms. The halls are mostly empty. You can peruse as you wish, find things, bring them into your room. And like I said, we're just getting restarted. A lot of work in this 30 years. Anyway, I will let you guys, hang about your rooms, explore, get acquainted for a little while. Come find me. I will be back in the library. It's 2 lefts and a right down the hallway. I will give you your mission for the day. Hopefully we can find something worthwhile.
Frey, do you know your right from your left?
Yeah.
Holds up
Okay.
right
What
hand.
is that supposed to mean? Do you think I'm stupid?
I give a little smirk.
Ooh.
Just because I like to have fun doesn't mean I'm stupid.
I'll sit back and
Well,
recline.
Try
in
it
we'll
the
be
chair.
sometime.
down later.
Right.
Try it sometime. Oof.
Okay. I will see you later. She turns and walks off rather quickly, calling over her shoulder, Lorem, someone will be there soon.
Thank you.
I'm gonna go talk to
What's-
Lorem and I'll be like, look, Lorem, if a fight breaks out between Frey and, Luna, I don't know who we should be backing here. I'm kind of more scared of her than I am of him.
It's not optimal. But
I just know I'm on your team.
well, I appreciate that, Baron.
What's the weather like outside?
So, for much of your journey into the city, it was rather cloudy, but by now it's parted ways somewhat. I would say it's 58, 60 degrees and somewhat sunny, partly cloudy.
Okay. What's the time of day?
By the time this has all gone on, the tour and everything, I would say you're pushing 11:30 midday.
Okay. All right, I'm just gonna go make my way. Actually, I guess I'll unpack my shit and then go make my way out to the courtyard and start doing some loot strumming.
Okay.
I was expecting looting first, but
We'll head in. Me and Astra will go into the furthest room, leaving the one room empty.
Okay.
The one in the middle.
Are there just books everywhere, or is there like a primary like?
There is a primary,
Library.
but there are pretty much books everywhere. Imagine like walking down the hallway. There's a vase on display on a pedestal right next to like a two-tiered short bookshelf that looks like it hasn't really been touched in a very long time, and then like a wall-hanging bookshelf with just like 4 books toppled over on its side, and here and there sporadically, along with this giant gargantuan library you see here.
I'm gonna be looking for books among every book that I can find that has anything to do with planes.
Okay.
That's what I'm gonna do.
Spend some time perusing.
while we're in the room, unless you're gonna do anything further with that, Dakota immediately.
I would just have him roll an investigation check in how much time
Don't let
he
me get in
wants
the way
to.
of that. Oh, wait. Well, do you want to do that now, or do you want me to cut back?
Go ahead, give me an investigation check and how much time you want to spend.
Oh,
That'd be you, Doctor.
yeah, I know.
They
Sorry.
said they'd be up for us shortly, right?
No, they left you. They let you be.
Oh.
Somebody would.
Oh, I
come
thought they
by.
said someone.
Someone
okay.
would come to lure him to give him paper and ink and stuff.
Oh, gotcha.
Nails.
Yeah,
But
we have
the rest,
nothing to
you
do
guys
for a
have
while.
some time before you decide to take on this job.
What time of day is it approximately?
About 11:30.
Maybe like 2 hours then.
Okay. Go ahead, give me an investigation check. Perfect. This is a significant topic of much discussion. So you find no less than maybe 16 books by different scholars. Their treatises on what they think happened versus, comparing and contrasting of others' scholars' ideas, some research journals, and at least one additional copy of the planar map and the old planar map ideas of what could be where, as well as at least one, probably about 1.5 on the current alignment as they understand it. So you've got plenty to read.
Okay, cool.
Astra.
As we get into the room, Astra's gonna look to Lena and be like, so now that we have some time before we officially start working for this band, did you have any thoughts on what we should be doing to be productive or pass along with the time? I have a few ideas, but I was curious if you had any directions or thoughts on this group or anything of that sort.
I assume we can just get straight to the books if you wish.
I certainly can. I can start. I had a couple of thoughts on that. I can either start immediately trying to research into the planes, which seem to be most would be relevant to our immediate eventual work. I could, if we wanted to do it for a long-term plan, I could try and start organizing and getting everything sorted. It could potentially be helpful if I could get Della to assist with us. If you could escort me there, that's another possibility. I could research into specifically the doctor. He seems to potentially be of some assets, to either be of value to us as people or as a team, as well as knowledge of the planes, or he could be a crazed madman and perhaps needs to be removed from the group if that is the case. So I have some thoughts, but I'm not sure which is the optimal path. Hmm.
Maybe we'll skim the books, see how different they are from what you've normally read on. If it looks of higher quality. And if it does, maybe, and it seems like we're going to stay for a while, if you really think a system would help you, you can do that.
If it's truly unorganized, it would be very assisting for being able to find future knowledge. Though it's only a matter of if we think we're going to continue to be here.
So, yeah, I wouldn't start that until a couple missions in, and then see how these guys work.
I think that's very astute, seeing some of our current compatriots, I suppose would be the word, though I feel like that is too generous in current circumstances. But I will happily study some of the planes I think might be valued through some of these. Hopefully,
You could
considering
also
that. Oh, I could also
No.
what?
you could also talk to the doctor if you wanted.
I suppose I could. Perhaps it might be worth seeing if he is indeed truthful in what he says. And if a man of knowledge, that is always of value. So perhaps. Much appreciated. Thank you. And oh, is that the art
Where's
going
the
on?
knock?
Oh.
Mr. Lohim, Loam.
Yes, I'm coming. Oh, it's a paper. Thank you.
Right, and you see this like little gnome in the white robe coat of the scholars, and he's got a tower 3 times his size. He cannot see. There's no way he could see. Like peeking out the side, maybe. He hands you like 300 sheets of rough paper.
Excellent. I hope this will be enough.
Wait, hold on. Here you go. There's a small box of maybe 4 nails and a hammer that's a gnome size. That pretty tiny for you.
This is fine. Do you have string?
Yeah, actually I do.
Thank you.
Perfect. All right.
And he goes, I appreciate your help. Thank you. And he closes the door.
Right. Back to work. And he trails off.
Well, the doctor might be a little busy. I guess we'll start with books.
I certainly can. I know it's not your favorite, but it's up to you if you'd like to also read. I'm always happy to have reading partners, but if you have something else to do, don't worry about it.
I'll look around, see what I can find.
I am also then going to spend some hours reading into the plains. As many hours until somebody stops me. It would be either food or like something comes up. She'll spend that amount of time.
All right. Same thing. Investigation check. And we'll say you give it 2 hours to peruse, just like Joe.
25.
Okay. So while Joe is filching some, you are also filching some. And probably got a stack of 20, 25 books that pique your interest. Some of them might not just be of the plains, Some of them you might specifically find, like herbs and plants of the different plains, treatises on the 9 hells, things like that also combined in there. But you've got a significant load of books. There's tons here on that. Because
gleefully
it's basically
reading
the
all
focus.
these books and is kind of in one of her a book that she pulls from her pack is occasionally she'll make like a small note of like a page number, and like a note of like what was of importance, if it was of specific things of importance for like the planes, and kind of does that.
Got it.
Maybe might pull some of the important books back with her to the room, but we'll mostly just be going through the library, kind of reading, finding important books.
So
Okay, I will lightly skim through the books. I'm not really looking for anything specific. Something that sounds dark and gritty, I guess. I'm
Oh.
not really looking for anything.
Okay.
I'll probably open a bunch, kind of flip, and throw it away. Just, I'm not really looking for anything.
Got
Burning time.
it. Aaron.
yeah. So I'm gonna go sit outside with my good buddy Frey and listen to his music, but at the same time, I'm gonna pop Gizmo back into existence, and for the 2 hours that he's around, I'm gonna have him walk around the place and see if he can just like overhear anybody talking or just listen in on things or just see what he can find as he just scampers around. Probably checks in on Astra and Luna and my good buddies.
Okay.
Just see what's going on.
Give me an investigation, a perception, and an intelligence check.
Okay.
All with the stats of Gizmo.
Of Gizmo.
Yeah.
Let's get those. Let's pull those stats up real quick. Where's he at? He's
Frey, you shredding out there? You want to give it a performance check too?
Yeah. See if I can get any other people to show up here.
You said perception,
Great.
intelligence, and which one? And investigation?
Yep.
Okay, hold on.
Oh, still too high.
Yeah, you're stumbling over your fingers here.
We're next to the courtyard. Would we be able to hear it?
Absolutely.
Oh, fuck.
Oh wow.
Make
Okay,
roll
so
the
we're doing
forward.
perception, and I said intelligence, investigation in that order. So
So intelligence of 11.
Oh.
No bonus. There's no bonuses at all.
hold on.
Imagine
So,
it's probably
it
a
was-
negative.
Yeah, because intelligence is -4.
Poor guy.
Yeah. So we'll do that one, and then perception. So that's also perception's wisdom. So that's just a 0. And then investigation is intelligence, right? Yeah. So that's a -4 off of his nat 20.
Okay.
So,
All right.
so 7, 9, 16.
So Gizmo wanders through the house, scaring the ever-loving fuck out of several researchers in their coats as he just kind of waddles by. He eventually finds himself over towards the kitchens. They're in an absolute disaster. However, they do have a fair amount of mice. Not so much after 2 hours of him having fun in there. He comes back
Yeah.
very, very happy with himself. But you don't quite learn too much about the place.
Seeing that, I'm just like, Gizmo, you look like you had fun. That's a good boy. Good job. You did your best.
Alrighty.
Righty.
A couple hours go by. Mr. Lorem.
Yes? What is it? I'm terribly busy.
It's Sophia. I think, it's been a couple hours. We should perhaps gather the group. We do have a job to do tonight. Today.
Oh,
This
yes.
afternoon.
Okay, one moment. And, you hear, like, a massive shuffling of papers. And then, he comes out of the room and quickly closes the door so that no one can see inside. It's okay. She's in the library, no?
Sophia's right there. She's the one that knows.
Oh, sorry. Yes. Well, I'm ready.
Perfect.
Can
Let's go
ready.
find the rest of them. This ought to be entertaining. So, you, Luna, Astra, you have been hearing this squealing of Frey's musical prowess for 2 hours before you.
Oh, I would have gone somewhere else.
Oh,
I would have said, okay, let's try and find a spot where we can't hear this. So we would have gone somewhere else.
All right. So it probably takes Lorem and Sophia 15, 20 minutes to round the rest of you guys up back into the library. Right. Frey, you look really tough. Yes?
I'd like to think so.
Okay.
He's a
You
big
might
soft.
enjoy this more than the rest of you. So, Survey Team 2 doesn't really like us. They gave us a couple of brush-off jobs to get out of our way, but this one seems the most promising. One of the sewers in the drips has flooded again. But that's not the interesting part. The interesting part is this time some of the the pipings and stuff down there, they're no longer working. And workers have reported things with lots of teeth down there now. Sometimes, things get in through the sewers outside of the city. Big nasty things. So our job is to find out what it is, what's broken, kill it, unfuck whatever broken piece is there, and get out. It's not glamorous, but it could be a fun fight. She is putting on a really sheepish, yay, question mark kind of face.
Yeah.
If you are paid for this?
Yes. Both the survey team will be paid. And doing favors for survey team 2 gets us money, access to their libraries on occasion, and maybe help on an expedition or two. Each payment each week you survive is 5 gold just for surviving, and then if you do an expedition, an additional 50 each, and then what's it called? Right. 100 platinum for each functioning relic you bring back.
Can you be more descriptive?
I can't. It could be anything. magical item, information on portals, piles and piles of dragon bone. If it's significant enough, you get paid for it.
Are we, she gets nervous now, like, being in the group. She wants to say something and looks very visibly nervous, so it starts like, are we, and then she just kind of turns to Luna and just whispers, like, do you think we can, if we find a relic that is useful to us, we can keep it, is what I whisper. Perhaps you can ask her that. Luna, please.
I'm gonna say that's probably not allowed to happen.
Well, I thought it might be something worth requesting.
Are we allowed to keep any relics?
Oh, absolutely. Weapons,
Oh.
armor, things like that. It makes you better at doing your job. Certain things we might need to study, but if that's the case, we'll take it for a little while, do some tests, and give it back. So if you find something useful out there, bring it in, we'll see what it does, and then go from there.
Turn back to Astra. Good question.
I mean, once we have it all sorted, once the research team is done, we even have our own armory of stuff. We don't really know what the hell most of it does right now, but eventually you guys might even be able to, pick up stuff from our own house. I'm just gonna call this a house. So headquarters. Man, that has a better ring to it, doesn't it? Doesn't it, Bray?
Yeah,
Right.
great ring. Best ring. Love it.
So, to the drips, I suppose? Question mark?
Yeah, let's do it. Do
let's
it
go.
now.
Boots.
Let's go make some mill friends. I'm sure it's just a bunch of cute beasties being cute, you know?
Right. Right you are.
Pow! Kill it.
So she
I still
leads
hope
you on
we
a
end up
track.
in the. Sorry, go ahead.
She will begin to lead you guys outside of the house, out onto the plate, overlooking the city, and head down the clacking platforms, again giving Frey that enormously wonderful view of everything. Heading down to that questionable part of the city where Luna and Astra have spent a considerable amount of time.
Wait, what view are we talking about here?
The plants.
Oh, the plants. Okay.
No, past the plants to the platform that took you guys up from the bottom to the.
Oh,
of the
right.
road.
Oh,
So
right.
You're
Where
all
he
on
loved
this
it.
tiny little platform.
Oh, no.
The six of you, as it's clacking
Oh.
and shaking a little bit in the wind, going down here. So Sophia pipes up.
Wow.
So the drips, so named because it's mostly under a lot of the inner pipes and also close to the sewer where our drippings end up. It's not the most fun place, I'll tell you. Yes, Frey.
Right.
He was just making quips.
Oh,
Yeah.
Okay.
That's the side comment.
Yes, remarkable history. Supposedly, well, you'll see. The architecture is quite nice. The buildings, although dilapidated, they were once really fine. I was traveling through there on a research with Survey Team 2 the other day, and We found an entire mosaic of gold in there. So covered in grime and filth, the little goblins that lived in there, they didn't even know it. They certainly would have sold it by now if they did. Oh, you never know what you can find in here.
We'll have to keep an eye out for all sorts of fun things then.
Fun. Sure.
Lauren, are you okay? Not like a hike?
It's a bit high up. You took this to get here?
Yeah.
Yes. Yeah, this is Frez's favorite part.
This
of
is the
this
first
entire
time Lauren
town.
is seeing such grand heights. Yes. The edge of the plate. You now realize you are some, I don't know, quarter of a mile up in the sky?
Yeah, he's got his wand out. He pulls his wand out of his sleeve, like trembling.
I've still got the flower left if you'd like it. It might
No.
help.
I'm good.
It helped me the first time.
Yes, it does settle your stomach a bit and calm your nerves. I've used one once or twice, but
I would like to remain as conscious as possible, thank you.
fair enough. Oh. Oh, Frey. Did you eat the whole flower? You're supposed to eat a petal at a time. A petal.
Oh yeah, that's what I did.
I don't think you could get to the Frey Wild if you only eat.
Let's go with the Frey Wild.
Yep.
I love it.
If you
Yeah,
eat
that's what
only
I
a
did.
petal.
I only ate just a petal. Yeah.
I see. She pushes her glasses up further up her nose and just gives you a look. Right.
Doctor, just Luna said I should.
I don't
talk.
care if that role's not canon. That was for my own amusement.
Love it.
Doctor, Luna said I should talk to you at some point. Just for your reference, I've looked at some of the engineering when we had previously traveled up here, and from what I can see, it is well constructed and made, and outside of a severe damaging change to some of these systems, we are most likely safe, as long as you don't jump over the edge into your doom.
I don't know.
We
I don't
could
know,
if you
Lord.
like. I mean, it's only a feather fall away. And Sophia steps off the edge of the platform.
I'm not particularly enabled in the magical abilities, personally.
Lauren
she's
just
Not
stares.
as knowledgeable,
floating
but-
basically a little faster descending than the platform, but not by much.
Is this innate to the mechanism, or are you skilled in the face of magic?
No, I can't do a lick of magic. And she pulls out of her robe a little ring.
Fascinating.
I use relics. We find relics all over the time.
Ah, I see. Well, it's a good thing I did not jump after you.
Yeah, yes, indeed.
Frey might have caught you. I think
Dude.
we're good.
Asher gives a slight chuckle.
Right. History. I guess this is the grand tour. The drips.
Jim's
Oh, did we
gone.
lose someone? Jim.
His
Oh,
internet.
Ray's just passes
Frey
out.
jumps off the side.
No.
Well, I guess he has to make a new Piper. Who was Ray as a kid?
Right.
Wait.
The drips. This is the longest elevator music you've ever heard. There's not much to say. I hear when the city was elvish originally, before the emperor came, and the
Yeah, I can kind of see it.
it's gotten a lot different over the years with the gnomes and the dwarves, and everybody's added a little bit more. But the heart, the skeleton, it's elvish to start with. Otherwise, this place would have fallen down by now. Welcome back, Jim.
Hey.
She was prattling on about the history of the elves that first got here, but the thing that pricks up Lauren, you hear, the Drips were originally the richest part of the city, where most of the elves lived. When the walls ran up, the rich ran to the center, the furthest away from the city walls. And if they fell, they'd be the last ones to go. But then the pipes and everything up above, and some of the richer elves, they decided they were gonna siphon off some of the water and steam, poking holes in the pipes and everything to, well, I think it was for a hot bath, one of the rich elves. But anyway, the Emperor killed every one of them.
He's taken aback by that a little bit.
All of them. Their corpses are supposedly still working on patching all the holes they put up in there. You run across one and they smell awful foul every once in a while in the Drips. But yeah, so what? It'll be a good journey if we find one. It's pretty rare. They're 300 something years old. Oh dear, I did let my mouth prattle on. She's leading you down winding pathways with architecture of buildings that you can't even tell what's actually sound and what's not. It looks like two buildings you just passed are leaning into each other, and they're both supporting the other. There's definitely no straight lines on that one. Not even the bricks are straight. So that could be a problem. You wind your way through, passing all manner of people down here. Many of them in the blue jumpers, orange jumpers, black jumpers of the different roles that you might find down here. Those are the forge, those who deal with food, those who are in the Drips dealing with water. But eventually she stops at what appears to be a metal plate in the ground. Frey, would you mind?
No problem.
I can't. Go ahead and give me a nice strength check.
Alright, you want strength or athletics? I guess it'd be the same.
Strength.
Okay, strength. Alright, gotcha. Wow.
Oh dear. It looks heavier than I thought.
Astra, can you help him?
Can we help?
I
will go up if
Is that real?
holding I currently.
No, I didn't mean to do that. No, I want to say, like, okay, so he just tried to lift it, right, and he failed.
Yeah. Mm-hmm.
Miserably.
Suddenly, Lauren's going to look at him, and he's gonna roll again.
Oh.
Okay.
Jim, go ahead and roll again. Still, unfortunately, not quite enough.
Okay.
Astra, could you
Astra,
help?
Thank
Astra
you,
puts
Luna.
the shield on her back and kind of rolls up her sleeves and goes to try and lift it. You know.
See, it's harder than it looks.
Well,
right?
with the two of you combined, it would be at advantage, and so the two of you lift
We
this
never
metal
go
plate
along. We can't get past the gate.
and
End of the
enter.
adventure, guys.
Astra, where'd you get muscles like that?
She just kind of is awkward. Working out. I lift a lot of books.
Lift a
Push-ups
lot of
and like
books.
You
free
can
weight
go ahead
exercise.
and bring your
Thanks.
tokens here.
How many books do you... What? Lift a lot of books, they said. What the hell does that mean?
You
I also lift a lot of books, and he lifts his arm up and like pulls the sleeve back.
The muscle
I
goes
do not
down.
look like that.
It's one of those cartoons. Your muscle just like goes down.
Yeah, the whole arm just sags.
Now that's what I expected.
I have 8 strength for the record.
I have 5.
I will,
Ooh.
just so you know, I will gladly challenge anyone here to an arm wrestling contest later, and I will guarantee to beat any of you.
so Sophia walks down. Oh dear, it is quite dark down here. I should have brought a torch or something. She clicks her heels together, and there's a faint shimmer of magical energy, and she steps out onto water, sewage, sludge, but it doesn't appear that she's sinking into it. Right. Does anyone have light?
Yeah, I cast light. I cast light on my sword.
Okay. Revealing the first section of your journey. So, I'm not much of a fighter. I might just... I'll stick to the back. But, yeah, we're here for the... something.
Oh, so it's down here somewhere?
Somewhere. I'm not quite sure.
So Lorim takes his wand out of his sleeve, or again, no, he still has it in his hand. So he's gonna point it at himself and go and say mage armor in Elvish.
Okay.
And cast mage armor.
Okay.
Whoa!
So, revealing, you can see probably about to here where you are, Frey, and your sword lights up with light. It's pretty cramped down here. In fact, the piping, if you can call it that, the stonework, is only about 1 wide, entering the next room. The sewage is... You can tell by the walls that it had flooded up to about Frey's shoulder height on you. You can see the scum line up and things are dripping and coming off. But right now it's only about a foot deep in the water. Not a fantastic proposition to have to get into, but...
Do what you gotta do.
Yep,
you gotta do.
I'll be in the front.
I'll be right behind.
I'm gonna also, seeing my good buddy say things in Elvish, I'm gonna be like, that's not a bad idea. And I'm gonna cast Bark Skin on myself.
Okay. That is concentration, unlike me.
Yep.
Okay.
Yep.
So you're aware. As you
Thank you.
begin trudging through, you'll see.
As we start walking, Astra turns to Frej with a slightly like irked look on her face. Frej, was it?
Fresh.
You are from the Piper clan. Is that perhaps useful in our travels if your family has a historical knowledge of piping?
You see, I know nothing about the Piper name. I'm
Repeat
from
that.
East Gismord.
Oh, so it means nothing. Mm.
I mean, it might mean something, but I don't know.
I is an acceptable answer, and she goes to just continue looking forward, not looking at Bridge again.
Yes, get more.
Oh.
I'll post that. That's the
Stand behind,
first spelling and
not
notes.
not Bridge.
So, when you enter this room, again, sludge fills the whole area. It's you'd probably almost call it difficult terrain. To the right, when you enter that, we're just gonna go left and right here. We're not gonna, in person tell you. So, oriented on the map. To the left, it continues on. You're not really sure how far. To the right, there appears to be a ladder and a stepping stone onto some stonework. It appears to be the stonework is built almost from the wall, so there is still sludge running underneath it, but you do have a place to stand. Frey, from there, you probably have a little bit more visual.
Do I see any claw marks or anything that may indicate something living down here?
Make a
That may
perception
indicate
check.
which way it goes. Knowing my knowledge of animals.
Well, give me a perception or a nature check.
Cool. I don't know which one's higher. Let's see. This gonna be. Perception is significantly higher.
19. With the sludge and everything around in this room, you don't currently see any tracks
Okay.
or any claw marks, any sludge. If there's a creature in the area,
It's
it
farther
hasn't
in.
left something here. Left or right, guys?
Let's
Fry,
go
which way?
left.
Let's go left, he says. Wait, but Fry, you.
We're going by map left.
Oh, no. We're going by just looking at this left. So
We
left
came
would be here.
Left would be sludge, right?
Left would be sludge. Right
Oh.
would be here.
That's,
That's
how
what
we're
I
doing
was trying to explain. We're not doing map orientation because that just
Oh.
gets too complicated for everyone.
Okay.
Yeah, that's why I said left, like canon
Okay.
left.
Okay.
I do know my left from right. See?
Okay. So, you see in front of you, extending a pipe gushing out sludge, sitting about 6 inches above the flow. There's a ladder leading up to a small area on the right. It looks like there might be an unused torch over there, but nothing much. There does appear to be another passage moving forward. So you have
All right, can we see said torch?
that'll be this one right here.
Yeah, can we see it from where we are?
You, yes, very much, especially with the light on your sword, easily.
Okay, I'm gonna quick try to climb up there and grab it.
Okay.
All right,
Go ahead
and then
roll.
While he does that, I'm gonna climb up this ladder a little and peek up, see if I can see further.
Okay, yeah. Let me get
Was
the...
it- was Sophia traveling with us?
Yes, she is traveling with you. But
Okay,
I
and
have
she-
the marker.
Okay, she's human, right?
Yes.
Okay, I'm gonna go forth the torch over to her.
Oh, thank you. But and she taps her crystal glasses, and you can see. I can see just fine. With these.
That's fucking cool.
Yeah, isn't it?
Yeah.
Servant Team 3 brought it back for me. So yeah, you do see another room that seems to end over there. From where you're standing, it does appear to swell out left and right. There might be more to the room, but you'd have to go in. Luna.
All right, which way are we going?
Let's just keep heading your direction.
Yeah. Okay,
What
I'm going to
Damn.
Astro
peek
looks up
down the
to get
hallway. What do we see?
I need to find the shortcut to use the reveal tool. You see a small bridge spanning sludge and a central square from where you're standing. It goes about 10 yards before it opens back up. It's about as far as you can see right now.
All right, I'll keep moving up to the bridge itself. Do I see anything more before getting on that bridge?
Yep. Room opens up. There is a left and a right and a straight down.
Okay. What's the depth between the bridge and the sludge underneath?
Looking down, it gets a bit thicker, maybe 1.5 feet deep.
Okay. My question is like how much space is there between the bridge and the sludge? Is it like right on top of it, or is it like suspended over top of it?
It's suspended over top of it.
Okay. So what's the drop between the bridge and the sludge?
4 inches, maybe.
Okay.
It's not
All right.
very.
So it's okay. How rickety is this bridge looking?
It's not bad. It looks well. It looks pretty sturdy. It looks like they took 2 thin pipes that were jutting out of the stonework on either side and laid planks over top of it. Sturdy enough.
Okay. All right. I'm just gonna cross, and I'm gonna wait for everyone else to catch up.
Running to catch up.
Aaron,
The bridge is fine.
perception check.
Got it. That's really bad for a +7.
Bound to happen. You hear. Oh, I need that tool. Damn it, I need shortcuts. You hear from here a muffled cursing, swearing. What languages do you know?
I know Elvish, Aquan, Common, and one more. Hold on. Druidic. So, those.
So the majority of the languages. Nope, you don't know what
Okay.
this guy is cursing in. It seems like multiple different languages, but there is someone cursing. You.
Am I able to hear
What is that
this?
smell? Yeah. You go ahead and give me a perception check as well. Frey. Nope. Over top of the rolling sludge, you're not hearing that. Over here, there's a strange odor that Aaron's picking up on. there's maybe a slight drip, 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 drip sound from over there. That's all you get from that perception check.
Okay. I'll turn to Fred and be like, Fred, someone's saying some naughty words ahead of us. To the left,
Ah.
it smells really weird, or the right, it smells really weird, and the left is just dripping. So
Do you know what he's saying?
no, just when you have that certain inflection, like fuck, you can understand in any
Yeah.
language.
I know exactly what you're talking about. All right, I'm going to say maybe we should walk up quietly.
I am not particularly skilled in being quiet, but I can certainly try.
Me neither. It's no fun.
Wouldn't we make a lot of noise in the water? Or, and he looks down and turns his nose up. Whatever this is.
Fecal matter.
Yes. Among other things.
Primarily fecal matter, but that's true.
Well, I mean, it's only one person cursing. I'm sure we'll be fine.
God, but who is he cursing at?
Is he still cursing?
Yeah, there's a steady
Can I hear?
flood. Once Aaron points it out, you begin to hear it. What languages do you know?
Abyssal, Elvish, Infernal, Deep Speech.
Nope. Nope.
I have Common, Dwarvish, and Sylvan.
Nope.
All right.
Any other languages we haven't seen?
Yeah,
Lauren?
Sean does.
I understand Elvish, Halfling, Celestial, and Abyssal.
Halfling and Celestial.
Lauren, what about you?
Common, Elvish, Primordial, Celestial.
Primordial.
So, not a single one of you know. Astra is sort of the closest. There's maybe a little bit, like a syllable here or there that might touch on it. But, nope. You guys have no idea what they're saying, but the force behind the expletive makes it clear. He's cursing like a sailor.
All right. Is it a deep or high pitched voice?
It's like a squeaky oboe.
Do I understand? Can I pick up what language it is just from knowledge? From being able to pick up a couple of the syllables.
Give me an intelligence check.
Straight intelligence? Okay.
Yes.
13.
Well, it's not that hard given the company you've been keeping recently. This is probably someone swearing at Goblin.
Oh, would I have been able to pick that up if I know Dwarvish? Because they use the same script.
Whoa.
Well, like,
sort of.
I mean, not word for word, but I should have at least been able to identify that they are swearing in or they are speaking Goblin, right? Or is it
well,
not,
theoretically, if they use the same written words, it doesn't mean they use the same spoken words.
Yeah.
Like Cantonese and Mandarin are two completely different languages essentially, but they both use Chinese characters to write.
That's true.
Yeah, I would say no.
Okay.
Astra, figuring that out, is gonna whisper. I think he is speaking in. This entity is speaking in Goblin. He's just gonna whisper that to Luna.
It's probably a goblin.
What about
just
that? Wait. What about that nitwit kid? Needles.
Oh, you think it's Needles?
I don't know. I
It's
don't
probably
know what.
Needles. Let's go see.
I don't know what Needles
Yeah,
was.
why don't we find out?
Who is Needles?
He's a good kid.
He's a great friend. So much fun. Little weird though.
He led us to the guild hall survey team. That's that one.
Mm-hmm.
Let's just go see.
How are we afraid of someone speaking Goblin? It's fine.
Yeah, unless someone is going to stop me, I'm just gonna keep going.
Okay.
You just
Yep.
look at Luna with mild concern as you're just barreling forward.
You step
Well,
up and you see a
we're not in
goblin
front.
whirling around, clutching a stick, and just spittle and cursing flying out. Who the fuck are you?
Does he say this in common?
He does say it in common.
Wait. My name is Frey.
Nice to fucking meet you. Did the boss send you? Shit. I'm in so much fucking trouble.
Who's the boss?
He gets a little wary. So the boss didn't send you. Alright.
Well, he might have. I don't know who your boss is.
No. You would know. You would know if he well, maybe.
Do I know?
Maybe.
No, this is a question. This is a meta question. Do I know?
You wouldn't know.
Okay.
So he's like, but maybe they're just trying to trick me. Maybe the boss sent him here to kill me. Are you
Wait,
here to
what?
kill me?
No. We weren't here to kill anyone. I want to know who's your boss.
Oh. My boss is... and you can see it look on his face. He's deciding whether it's better to lie to you or tell you the truth. I work for Tim Havriet. Yeah. Tim Havriet, the boss.
All right. Does he seem to be genuine to me?
Yeah.
Roll an insight check.
Alrighty. I don't think I'm good at these.
I will assist in that.
Luna, are you
Do you-
proficient?
Oh,
in
you have to be
insight?
proficient.
Yes.
Never mind.
I have a passive.
I can help him.
Oh man!
Oh, Lauren. Okay.
I'm proficient.
If you're proficient,
On
then
the back.
you may aid.
I'm eating.
Okay. He's lying. He's lying through.
I
his
shake my
teeth.
head at Frey.
I've never heard of no Tim Havriet. Who's your boss?
I'm pretty
Make
sure.
an intimidation check.
Okay.
I'm gonna look back
let's
to the
see
group and be like,
here.
I'm pretty sure he could have said literally any name, and Frey wouldn't have known who it was.
I'm just
Fair.
going to gently, like, kick Aaron.
Your foot hits the bark skin. Oh!
Alright, I rolled the 17 on intimidation, by the way.
Yeah. Well, I mean, and you see him like wringing his hands on his staff back and forth.
I'm gonna take one step closer.
Fine.
Why?
Fine. Yeah. Hey. He puts his staff up in front of him, like pushing himself into the filth behind him, like just to
I'm just
get
gonna like
everywhere.
I'm gonna take one hand and kind of just push his staff down gently.
He lets it go and it clatters to the ground. Oh, okay, don't hurt me. Don't.
I don't want to hurt you, but you won't answer my question.
I'm not supposed to say.
Yeah, but I say you are supposed to say.
Listen, friend, you probably
Who's-
shouldn't listen to the guy.
Who's got more chance to fuck you up right now, me or your boss?
Yeah, he's.
I'll answer that for you. It's me.
He's okay. My boss, and it all comes out in a rush. He's the clockmaker on District, District Street. He's the clockmaker. He just had me go fetch some things for the clocks, and I kind of lost him down here, and I'm freaking out. Yeah, I don't want to lose the job. I don't want him to send me to a sludgy grave. Just please, I'm just looking for some stuff.
Okay,
I'm looking-
what is his name?
Oh, you don't know
What
the
street was that?
clockmaker? On District Street. Yeah.
Not, I'm new here.
Oh, okay.
I'm gonna call back to.
It's Tom Havriel.
Oh.
Of course.
Real creative last time, huh?
Yeah. Look,
What?
Have I heard of him?
Roll a history check. You've been in the city, but this is a big city.
Okay. Nope.
Now, unfortunately,
That
it slipped
clock.
your interest. Not something that Luna would pay attention to. Clocks.
Yeah, true.
Clocks. Boring shit.
Right.
So-
Exactly. So you don't have to. God, is that a snake in your hand? Jesus Christ! What is?
No, it's just my massive deck.
Just guys, just let him be. We're here for other reasons.
What parts are you looking for? Then we'll leave you
Oh.
alone.
Oh, we were. He said. No, this is out of character. He did say he's looking for the clockmaker, and he lost him down here.
I thought he was looking for parts
No,
for the
parts.
clock.
Parts. The clock.
Oh, you lost the parts?
Yeah, he lost
Okay.
the parts. Well, they're secret. But I mean, you're my new friends, right? So,
Yeah, and we don't have to party.
it's you gotta keep this really quiet. It's a bag of gems. They're really tiny gems, and he uses them to tune stuff or something. I don't know. He's crazy, but they work, and God, he's gonna kill me if I don't find him.
Okay, well, we could help you find these gems, probably. Just, what? Have you heard anything about what's going on down here besides that, or where'd you lose them?
I don't fucking know. I thought they were right here, but everything down here looks so fucking similar. Jeez, oh my God. It's the rocks and the sludge and the Rat King and the turds and it's just.
Back up. Let's back up a little bit. Before you don't want to upset Frey by going too fast over things. So
Oh, hey. It's
so
okay.
let's back up. The Rat King. Interested in that?
Right. Why would you be interested in one of those?
Well, we're here to find something, and
you
it's
know-
probably sounds similar to what I'm looking for.
No, you can't be down here for one of those. A Rat King is just a bunch of fat rats that get their tails all tied in a knot. They starve to death trying to. It's just a mess. The cool thing, you should have been here 10 more minutes ago when I literally saw a rat riding a turd down the flow. That was cool.
Frey kind of giggles.
But the Rat King just floated by dead. They get tangled up, then they can't eat, then they try and kill
Yes,
them.
it's gross. What? Continue.
I mean, there's I've been down here for a while, looking for the for the thing. If you go, there's been a lot of scraggling noises over here. I've heard a lot. I don't know what's going on over there, but there's been a lot of them. And then there, I nearly choked going over here. For I don't know. I can't get past. There's some sort of like gas or something. Maybe if I burned it off. But then there's some really loud sounds coming from down there. I don't know what's going on. There's big angry noises. Lots of fizzing. It's kind of like a fireworks sometimes going off over that way. And then there's like claw sounds and stuff going over here. And that's also scary. So I've just been trying to, find it back and forth. But yeah, God, why am I?
Well, before anyone does anything, I would not recommend igniting the gas. It is probably explosive and may cave in the corridor. So that may be a little bit dangerous.
Stops casting create bonfire cantrip.
Right. So, left is scary. Right is even scarier. And somewhere down here in this shitter, I lost a bag of gems. But you're my pals, right? You can help me find them. Please.
We'll see what we can do.
Okay. And then he unsticks himself from the sludge on the wall and reaches down to pick up his stick.
Well, so now you're part of our team now. So we're gonna help you, you're gonna help us. It's gonna be great.
I'm gonna go over to Sophia and be like, have you ever seen this person?
There's hundreds of goblins down here. I've not seen this one.
Hundreds?
The Hand of the Emperor shelters all. There's bugbears. Anyone is welcome here in Saria as long as they abide by the Emperor's rule.
Well, what do you know of this clockmaker?
A clockmaker on District Street. It sounds like Tom. He's a human who's been trying desperately to make it up to the upper ward by making something ingenious enough that the gnomes will accept him as a tinkerer, and he can move up to the Pompadour. So far, it's not worked out, but he's trying.
Well, shall we continue?
There's sludge on the left with claw marks, sludge on the right with some sort of gas, and then big booms. Where do you want to go?
I say we go find the claw marks.
I have to agree with my good buddy here. Always interested to find a new beastie friend.
All right. I tried to rally our goblin friend and try to toughen him up a little bit. I don't know if you saw in the chat there.
Oh,
I see that. Let's.
he runs away screaming.
Right behind you, Frey. And he steps up and is literally like nose to ass cheek distance here. This goblin is not gonna move from behind you.
Okay.
Boop. So we are moving left.
Yep.
So as you enter, you see a large chamber with significant claw marks in the stone. Some of the metal pipes seem to be corroding and falling to dust. They're struggling.
I want to examine the claw marks.
Okay, go ahead. Roll an either investigation or a nature check.
I want to roll investigation. And I have advantage because I'm Paladin Elf. So it's 25.
Whoa. Big roll.
Damn. Okay, these claw marks are strange. They seem to be... They're not super deep, but every once in a while they get really deep and then really shallow, and there's a lot of this corrosion and dust mixed in. This likely, with that kind of roll, you would guess this is some sort of rust monster.
Ooh.
Judging by the claw marks and the corrosion of the piping, this creature attacks and eats metal.
I'm gonna relay that to the party and be like, watch your equipment. Any kind of non-magical swords and armor could disintegrate or at least weaken.
Ooh, that's not good.
Asha just looks at all of her equipment.
Yeah. Looks down.
I look at basically my non-existent equipment.
So Quitz whispers to Luna, would it be potentially beneficial for me to look on the other? Just you down that.
I could not hear you.
Yeah,
Oh,
you
no,
got
I didn't.
super
Yeah.
quiet.
Whispers, would it be beneficial for me to look down the other hallway to see if there's anything of value down that way?
I say we save that.
Possibly not.
I'm whispering and asking for Luna's opinion.
Ooh.
Um,
One of these
stay in the
times.
back. Or stay here with Sophia.
Okay. She then nods and goes back up and stands next to Sophia. Then.
Sophia will... I'll follow behind. If it's really a rust monster, that would affect the piping, but probably not what we're looking for. But it is good to take one down, if it's down here.
I thought you said something about some clawed beast.
Right. It's definitely one of there's several creatures down here, it seems.
Hundreds, you said before.
Hundreds?
Oh, not the goblins, right.
Yeah.
Oh,
Goblin.
yes. The goblins. No. Creatures. Monsters. Well, yeah. And then she looks at the goblin. Sorry. Yeah. It's affecting something with the lifts. The steam and electricity. And there's power. Like lightning in a bottle. It's different. I'm not 100% sure the rust monster is our target, but we should take it out while we're down here.
From her description, would I have any inclination of what kind of monster this would be? Claw marks and affecting power in some way. If I've read anything on that type of monster, or is it, it could be entirely alien. I don't know.
With that description, there are probably too many monsters that you would think of. It's not enough to narrow it down enough.
Too vague. Gotcha.
Too vague.
All right.
So
Well,
she's
Astro,
gonna walk up
per
here.
Luna's instruction, will follow next to Sophia.
Yeah. Watch our six.
She will keep a strong eye behind her to make sure we aren't flanked by anything.
Says Watcher 6 doesn't pay attention to clock.
Okay. Inside, we reveal a long hallway, claw marks everywhere, and two
And-
rust monsters.
Dun dun dun.
Dun dun dun.
It is
And
time.
it's 9:26, so we have to end
Mhm.
tonight.
Aw.
Gonna
So
kick the
unfortunately, we won't
shit
be
out
able
of
to
them.
take them down for now.
Just you wait. Just you
We
wait.
could push to 10 if you wanted to try and run combat, but I know first combats can tend to run long.
Yeah.
So-
'cause of,
I kind of want to give us a stop here and we'll pick it up
yeah,
next
just
Wednesday.
in case. It can either be like, "Whoa, we're way stronger than we thought," or "Whoa,
This is
we
taking
have no
forever.
idea what we're doing and it's taking forever." You know.
That's why I kind of want to err on caution here.
I have my plan. I'm ready. I've got my move.
Gonna
Same.
hit things.
Yeah,
Alright.
same.
If we want to make it exciting, we could. Why don't we roll for initiative,
turn
see you
order?
guys. Remember, to roll for initiative, you first have to click on your character and then roll.
Here we
Bringing
go.
up the back.
What are we gonna get on initiative?
Na-na-na-na.
So bad.
Better than mine.
We're in the front.
1, 2, 3, 4, 5.
Wow.
Sophia is not taking part. Descending order.
Dang
And
it,
then
Sophia.
Frey. You have a little goblin on your ass who will also take part on your turn.
Oh. You have a goblin ally.
All
Why are our squishy mages hitting first?
It's also not
Hey,
very
you guys are
wide.
the ones who took point.
Hey, no, the squishy mages are way back there, where they're supposed to be, but they're going
Yeah.
first in the turn order.